Everybody, welcome back to Wicked Good Sports, and welcome back to the Bayou Breakdown. We're joined, as always, by Jack Tiernan. Jack, how you doing?
We're doing good, Brian. We're above 500. It's a good day to be a Saints fan.
Yes, after a 24-17 victory over the Chicago Bears, the Saints 5-4 atop the NFC South, just like we thought they would be. Um, Hopefully, they can hang
Yeah,
on. I mean, the Bucks look like they're about to fall apart, so that's really good. And the Falcons have already fallen apart somewhat. It's had to be just a really nice weekend for you as I'm going through it right now.
it's very yeah. I'm glad you brought those up because it's as
Panthers
much
got
as I
destroyed.
Panthers are terrible. We knew
Yeah.
they'd be towards the bottom. I think I gave them more credit than the Falcons, but that was stupid. Um, I was wrong. At the early season predictions, I think is what it was. I actually am not sure about like who has more firepower between the Falcons and the Bucks. By firepower, I mean like who's going to survive long enough to make it to the second seed in the NFC South. But I think yeah, it's been a great week. We're watching the Saints beat the Bears, who like are not really as bad as their record says, I would say. Without Justin Fields,
They have
who
a
I,
really
I mean,
bad coach.
they have a terrible coach, and right now their quarterback situation is not great. But Justin Fields is also like, is he good? Is he not? He's kind of like Joe Flacco, except unproven. So nobody
Mm.
knows. Is Justin Fields elite? We'll never know, probably, because the Bears will probably move on from him this
We'll
offseason.
never know in Chicago, anyways.
That's true.
Maybe he'll
That's
go
a good
somewhere
point.
else someday, and someone will design an offense
Like New
around
England.
him.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, no, I hope not. Um,
I hope so. He looks terrible sometimes, so I can live with that.
well, yeah, if he goes to New England, they won't be able to put anything around them because they
No,
are not within the current, age of NFL offenses in New England.
no, they're not. They're still stuck in 2004 Tom Brady's prime. Like
Yeah,
it's not happening. So Justin Fields is
no,
not
man.
prime Tom Brady. We'll say that.
Yeah, right.
I feel
So,
comfortable saying that.
so yeah, like you said, they played Tyson Bagent. Sorry, people call him Agent Bagent. Fun story, Division 2 player. No one expected him to be the backup. He won the backup
Mhm.
job. He won a game in his first game as a starter. Very exciting stuff. But it kind of came crashing down in this one against the Saints defense. I believe he had 4 turnovers,
Mhm.
three
3
picks
picks.
in a
Yeah.
fumble, and like, ooh, no good. So let's talk about that defense first. What did they do to this poor kid?
I mean, the Saints' bread and butter is the defense, right? Um, they made him feel really sad. They made him feel like a good reference for just NFL fans in general. When Sam Darnold a couple of years back when he was on the Jets said he was seeing ghosts out there, that's what they did to
Right.
Tyson Bagent. Yeah, that's kind of what they did here. Um, 3 picks is not good. He apparently Paulson and Debo, he's got to hate Paulson and Debo at this point. Um, Punched out a ball, a couple picks. Like Marcus May had a pick as well. Like just absolutely smothered the dude in the secondary, right? Like could not throw anywhere. He actually, I mean, to be honest with you, his numbers aside from the picks aren't bad. Like 220 and 2 tutties is solid.
Yeah, yeah. If you ignore the 3 interceptions,
Yeah, if you
solid
if you
day.
take out the worst part of what he did, yeah, pretty good. No, but that's a
That's how
good
I
point.
like to be judged too, honestly.
Me
Like
too.
anyone watching this channel, every time I do a bad job hosting, throw that away. It's only my good hosting episodes.
It's only the good stuff. Yeah,
Yeah,
the bad stuff never happened. Right, Tyson Bagent? Yeah, no, it's
right.
it's like it's for me. It was obvious that the Saints defense came out here was shining. Um, our edge rushers put a lot of pressure on him, which you can say has a lot to do with what those turnovers became or how they happened,
Mhm,
right? Um, Obviously, Demario Davis up the middle doesn't help. We've just got a really strong secondary, right? We've really deep at that secondary. Got
mhm.
some good star power at the top. It's fun to watch, honestly, on defense. Um, but I mean, I don't want to say that it was like an excellent game for them because again, this is still an undrafted guy like
Yeah,
who
yeah,
is
yeah,
playing in so like yeah, they played well, but they were expected to play well. So they
yeah.
goddamn right you better have played well. So that's kind of where I'm at. It's
Mhm.
fine. I'm just happy to see the offense performing the way they did this game.
Yeah, well, let's talk about them. Derek Carr, 210 yards, 2 touchdowns. How do you look out there?
I mean, again, you take away those interceptions, and that's the game that Tyson Bagent had. So if like in reality,
Sure.
I think we have Taysom Hill though, and nobody really
Yeah.
has a Taysom Hill, and that's he was first player I think since the '60s, was it something crazy like that to have think it was 10 passing, 10 receiving, 10 rushing touchdowns, something like that in his career.
Yeah,
So
that sounds like a 1960s ass
it
stat line.
it absolutely does, and that is Taysom Hill, the Swiss Army knife from 1956. So I
Mhm.
don't know, man. I'm a fan of what we did. Yeah, again, pretty solid numbers from Carr. I guess less yards per attempt than Bagent, but at the same time, you don't need to when you're dumping it off to Kamara,
Yeah,
who actually kind of had a. I'll be honest, I'm happy with how the offense looked because Kamara wasn't as involved as I thought he would be. So, um, only 9 carries and 4 receptions, which like I
yeah.
know for other people is like, oh my god, that's solid, but for him, it's like he's got so much usage. It's nice to see
Mhm.
Chris Olave get a little bit of a share there.
Mhm. And like you said, Taysom Hill, he threw the game-winning touchdown,
Yeah.
3
Yep.
yard pass to who was it, Jawan Johnson,
My
I
boy
believe.
Jawan Johnson. Yeah, I
Yeah,
love him.
and then he also caught a touchdown. So listen, guys, if you are in a league like I am where he's tight end eligible, you
You should play him.
put him as your tight end. Yeah, he's been killing it the last few weeks.
I have him. He's listed as a tight end and QB in one of mine. Where like I feel
Mm,
like in a 2 QB league, I have him, and I'm like I could really just stick him up there and
he
be
just
totally fine. Like I might do that. I started Bryce Young this week, and I was like,
he
wow,
had
that was
52
stupid.
rushing yards also on top of it.
Yeah, yeah,
So
52 rushing yards, a touchdown pass, a touchdown reception. Like he really will just go in there and do work.
mm,
So it's probably for you fantasy football guys out there. I recommend it. It's nice.
yeah, and like we said, this is the role he should have always just been
Yes.
doing.
Yep.
Like the blocking punts, the rushing, the goal line, carries. This is his
A
element.
football guy. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's Taysom Hill, a football guy.
exactly. So Chris Olave, obviously tough month of October. I think let's put that in the back burner. November's
Yes.
here, 6 for 46 and a touchdown. What'd you see from him in this one?
I mean, he looked a lot. I don't want to say better necessarily. He looked like
Mhm.
he was getting better separation on coverage, which for me is like that's a step in the right direction.
Yep.
Yeah, October's behind us, thankfully for him especially. I think
Mhm.
he still is a young receiver, right? Got to keep that in mind. He's 23 years old.
Yep.
24 years old, sorry. Like there's still like I'm not worried about him in the long run. I still am, but like the talent is clearly there. If he
Oh
does
yeah.
stuff like that, like I will say 6 for 46 without a touchdown does not look great.
Yeah.
Um, so I think just got to get those numbers up, which he was doing at the
Mhm.
beginning of the season. I think it's just a little bit of a slump. I think he'll be fine. It wasn't like Michael Thomas was like hawking targets from him because I think he had
He had
1 or 2
zero. He had
uh,
zero
no
receptions,
receptions,
0 yards.
0. I think he had 1 target, and I'm like, that's pretty unusual. So,
Yeah.
I don't know what's up with that. I'm happy with it, frankly, as a Chris Olave fantasy owner again. But at the same
Mhm.
time, I don't know. Olave's the guy that should be getting the lion's share of targets, and it felt like that was finally the case this time, aside from Jawan Johnson and Taysom Hill, which again, tight ends are always like depending on the game, going to get those targets.
Mhm.
So I'm happy with that.
Yeah, and so I mean, this is a team that we never said they were going to be like world beaters. We said they were going to compete in
No,
the NFC South and the NFC's weak. I think so far that's played out.
for sure. I don't think we weren't getting our hopes up. We weren't like this is a Super Bowl team.
Yeah.
It is. It maybe. I mean, I doubt it, but like there is definitely a slim chance in hell somewhere.
Mhm.
For me, I think probably still should win the NFC South. I don't think I ever felt. I might have early in the season, honestly, when the Bucks were kind of like riding their high. I might
They
have
were
been
like
like,
3-1, right? They like came
yeah,
out
they
and
were 3-1, and I'm like, oh god, like that's I don't feel great about that. And then they started
Mhm.
playing well, and then they just have completely skidded since then.
Yeah, I
Um,
think you said Baker was like balling out, and ever since then it's just been nosedive.
we ruined it. Yeah,
Yeah,
unfortunately, we really crapped the bed for him there, unfortunately. But
I
no,
mean,
I think no. Go ahead.
more to that. I mean, he played fine this weekend. The
He
defense
did.
just let CJ Stroud put up 450 yards
He
and 5 touchdowns. Like,
he
what a
dissected.
like welcome to the NFL. Like, I'm here, you know, putting it all on the table type of performance from him.
Yeah, I mean, I love CJ Stroud too, and it
Yeah,
was really nice to see him do that to a division rival. So I'm happy with that performance. Good for him, man.
so exciting, so awesome when a rookie comes in and like, well, I guess we've never seen a rookie do that before.
No, definitely not. No way. No,
Yeah,
well, actually, literally not. Right? Like this was
literally
this
not.
was like
Yeah.
the first time. Yeah.
Andrew
So
Luck, he had before I think it was like 426 or 46 against the Dolphins. We don't need to talk about that.
Didn't happen. No way. Sorry.
Yeah, it's fine. But that was the rookie record before.
I'm fine. It's
So,
fine.
yeah.
It's fine.
But yeah, I mean, after these 9 games, feeling pretty good.
I mean, I think we kind of anticipated a record like this. I think they'll
Mhm.
probably double their wins and losses for the rest of the season and probably call it a day. We'll probably make it
Right.
to the playoffs and we'll probably lose in the
Mhm.
first or second round. Be like, all right, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, depending on seeding, do you have to go to Philadelphia and play the Eagles in the
Yeah,
second round, or I mean the
which would
Cowboys
be
even
sad.
decent, you know, which
Yeah,
so we'll see.
which is
But
not great.
I'm excited. I'm optimistic for the
Me too,
season.
man.
It'll at least be fun, you know.
If nothing else, yeah, we'll have a good time because Taysom Hill is at least fun to watch. He is sometimes
Mhm.
annoying when you're like, wow, I have Alvin Kamara starting, and you see Taysom Hill get the ball on the 1 yard line. You're like,
Yeah.
man, no. But at the same time, it is like I'm looking at the rest of the schedule right now. We've got the Josh Dobbs led Vikings, the
Uh,
Falcons
that
after the
could go
bye.
either way. That's a good
Who
team.
knows? Yeah,
Yeah. Josh Dobbs played amazing this weekend
he did.
for
He
sure.
he earned the
Um,
start next week for sure.
yeah, I said in a short last week in a TikTok that I was most excited about the trade deadlines of him going to Minnesota because I think he's a solid quarterback.
Me too.
Um, and then he came out and immediately made me look like a genius. So I
Just
was like,
balled out.
yeah, yeah,
He's like, yeah, Brian, I got you. Don't worry.
yep,
And he did. He got you.
he did. And who'd you say it was after that? The Falcons.
It's the Falcons. The only really games that I see on here that are actually losable games are probably the Lions. Like I feel like
Oh yeah,
fairly
yeah, they're
sure
good.
that the Lions will win.
Yeah.
Um, and maybe it's like the Bucks or the Rams probably win one,
Mhm.
lose one. And then everything
Right.
else after we play the Falcons twice, we play the Panthers once, we play the
Mhm.
Giants, who are now Daniel Jonesless, and we play the
I think we
Vikings
could.
again.
I think we could classify both the Panthers and Giants as dead.
They
It's
should both
over.
be guaranteed dubs, and
Yeah.
if we lose to either of those, I'll be sad. I'll be very sad.
Yeah.
It should be
Yeah. They
somber
gotta.
reporting that week.
The Giants got a quarterback who should not be in the NFL throwing passes
No,
for them the last 2 games.
no.
Horrible. Uh, tough scene.
I mean, I'm happy with it. They should probably just be tanking at this point. So, like for me, selfishly, I am glad that we get to play them when we don't
Yeah.
even know who their quarterback's gonna be. It's not Daniel Jones, I'll tell you that. So
It
I don't know, man.
honestly could be anyone off the street by then, if because Tyrod Taylor is also on IR with the rib injury. He'll probably come back eventually,
Oof.
but like
Tyrod's ribs, man. Jeez,
they can't go forward with DeVito. He fucking sucks. He
he's
shouldn't be on
awful.
an NFL roster.
He's an
He doesn't.
atrocity.
Yeah, he doesn't have it. We
I'm
talked
excited to
about
see the Johnny
Bajan
Manziel
earlier.
led Giants. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, Johnny. Yeah, no, I mean Johnny Manziel could at
Okay,
least
maybe not.
throw.
Yeah, true.
He
That's
had
true.
some highlights. He just didn't have any willingness to try
Listen.
hard or
Yeah, try. Yeah,
study
exactly.
or do anything. But he was very talented. This dude, no talent. It's easy for me to say. Obviously, all relative. He's a much more talented person than I am in his respective field. But yeah, man, I watched the Jets and Giants because Jets division rival. I try to watch them when I can, and then I watched a bit of the Giants game yesterday after Jones got hurt, and just hard. This guy is so bad.
Not good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was bad. He was very bad.
So I think you should get a win there. Falcons super talented outside of their quarterback. Don't have any idea how to use it.
No.
They're gonna let
Better
all
off with
these.
Heineke, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're gonna let Kyle Pitts and Bijan Robinson go to waste for no reason.
They're gonna rot. Yeah.
They're
It's
flexing.
unfortunate.
Yeah, it sucks. It really does suck
Mhm.
as a just football fan
As
to
a
watch
fan, yeah, right.
talented players just not get the opportunities. It makes
It's
no
tragic.
sense.
No.
But yeah, no, we'll see what happens. Anything that we didn't touch on that you wanted to?
No, I don't think so. I think it'll be interesting to see what the usage looks like next game against the Vikings, right? Because they have a decent interior
Yeah, that'll be a
line
good
when it comes
test.
to defense. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Good test. Josh Dobbs will be a question mark, I think, but they
He'll
should be relatively done.
actually be able to practice with the team this week and take
He'll
some
know who he's throwing
snaps.
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. It'll be interesting. I mean, they are also without Justin Jefferson still, right? So it's
Mhm.
kind of going to be like that. That helps, obviously.
Yeah,
Like
that's
it's tough,
that's lucky.
That is convenient.
You have
Yeah,
to avoid
frankly.
him.
Like, I
Yeah.
think he comes back the week after, like, is eligible to come
Mhm.
back. So it's like, okay, like that's scary. But we don't have to deal with that. So that's fine. I think probably the best chance is this week, and then we'll see from there. But no, overall, I feel good about the rest of the season. I actually, looking at the schedule, I feel like we could probably have probably win of the remaining 8 games. I think we could probably win 6. Like, I feel confident about
Okay,
winning
yeah.
6 of these.
I think
So
10 wins this division.
that's a
10-7, I
win.
think, gets the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, for
Probably
sure.
division 11, I think, would almost 100%
Would put us over the
wrap up
top,
the
guaranteed.
division. So exciting times.
For sure. Happy to be a Saints fan right now, for once.
All right, Jack. Where can they find you online?
Best place to find me is on Twitter or X, and that's at Jack_Tiernan. So follow me there for NFL, NBA, MLB takes. You can also follow my disc golf Instagram account, and that's at Jack Disc Golf. So go follow me there.
Awesome. And of course, we have our other segment at the buzzer, which is here. We do that with Ryan. New episode will probably have come out a couple hours after this one, if I'm planning the schedule right in my head. Same day that you watch this, it should be on the channel. So check that out and follow me on Twitter at the Fake BMar. BMARR. Channel is on Twitter at Wicked Good Sport. We have a blog, wickedeverythingsports.com. This channel is Wicked Good Sports. Obviously, our podcast channel is Better Radio, and we also have our main channel, which is Wicked Good Everything. Jack, thank you so much for your time.
Of course, Brian. Thanks for having me.
We'll see you all in the next one.